Hello, all of you delightful beings out there, and welcome to the stream. I am Razim, currently as Squirrel the Drackle, or Dragon Lucario if you prefer, and this is Dwarf Fortress, where we are continuing our kobold fort. Hopefully these kobolds will be easier to manage. We'll see. But what I was gonna say before we actually got started here, I got paid tonight because I killed Rain.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, Tanya tipped extra tonight because I killed Rain.
Ah, nice. I know it was in character. I still think it's absolutely hilarious that, confirmed tank has pulled aggro healer Hawks.
Not just
In
talks,
character.
but it's like, hey, pay attention to me.
Yeah. On one hand, completely in character for
Oh
Ray.
yeah.
On the other hand, objectively funny that happened.
Yeah, like I messaged him and I'm like, hey, I'm really proud of you for sticking to your character with that. And for not throwing a fit over your character dying.
Yeah. I
Now,
think
the
the
next step
funniest...
is for him to make a character that has a shred of self-preservation.
Oh, no, that... As a tabletop player, what? No, we're not going to teach Ren wrong.
Yeah.
Of course, that would be silly.
Yeah.
Yeah, we want him to play properly.
Yeah.
Gosh.
I think one of the funniest things about that entire fight, Nova literally didn't even get attacked once.
Neither did Cobalt.
Yeah.
Like, Nova was going to get attacked, but Cobalt just didn't do enough damage to trigger the attack.
Yeah. Nova kind of only did because he's Nova.
I mean, I was kind of setting up the moves on Ryan's character sheet with the expectation that maneuvers would happen.
Yeah.
Oh, you mean like them
First
being
prop.
smart and doing things like bracing?
Brace, dodge, etc.
Or
I mean, thank
comboing?
God Nova used aim, or that fight would have gone for a long time.
Yeah. I just wasn't gonna bring up Brace if no one else was going to bring up Brace, because honestly, at that point, it was funny. Like, just seeing how long it would take before someone would brace. I was just kind of waiting.
Yeah. I mean, what can you do but just wait and see if they use what's available to them? Like, guys, it's right here. Use it. Use it or lose it. Literally. Your life is very much on the line.
Well, I think one problem is that anyone that has experience with 5th edition, unless you're a rogue, it's really difficult to actually meaningfully use a lot of those options. But Scar is designed to allow you and in fact encourage you to use those maneuvers.
You are right. And I'll probably
Yeah.
put a note about that in the brief explanation section. Or maybe before it in the introduction section. Man, I wish I had an artist here tonight. I would have definitely done some Scar dev. I just don't like doing it much without an artist.
That's fair.
At least not on stream.
But yeah, no, it's a thing where who'd have thought those things would have probably like really saved some people.
I mean, I definitely got some good lessons with designing a character sheet, which also, Tal, I was actually thinking of asking you at some point.
Are
Do
you gonna
you
ask me
have
to make an
like,
enemy version?
no, is there a specific range of EXP and merits that you usually work with in considering what a more mid-game player should look like for a character sheet?
Mid game starts around, in my opinion. Uh, so I guess it depends. Uh, would you like for D&D, for example? How when would you
I'm kind of
consider
thinking
early?
between I'm
Like
kind of
just
thinking between 6th and 10th level if it's
okay. So
comparing to D&D.
sixth level is when med starts. 10th is like when you get to like 10th, 11th is when it ends. Okay, cool. In that case, I would probably say that a mid-game character begins probably around. It depends because there's like you technically have 3 different ranges to get out. You start getting more mid-game when you get access to at least 15 attributes. You're definitely in mid-game if you're at 20. Because breakpoints. Uh,
The
so
EXP and the merits is what because
yeah,
the attributes are very much more explicitly designed, but
yeah.
the
I was just gonna
XP,
go
like you can have a
category.
huge range.
I was just gonna go category by category. Um, Merits will uh generally start being mid game around 70 merits. The reason behind that, oh no, sorry, 90. I misspoke. 90. The reason behind that is because 90 merits is when uh you can get an expertise potentially to 4 dots. But that's only if you hardline it. 90 would also give you the opportunity to get 1 to 3 and 2 other ones to 2 if you're going for a more spread character. Alternatively, you could consider it being at 140 because that's when you can get your first one to 5. But at that point, that's like a pretty big power spike. So I don't know if you want to consider it that or not. And
Oh, hold
EX,
on, sorry. Did you say two expertises to 2, or did I mishear?
Yeah, for 90 merits because they start at 10. They start at 1, so that's
20,
10
40.
10 merits already in there in 4 different
Uh,
expertises.
100 merits would let you get 2 to 3, I guess. Right? 20, 40,
Yeah,
70, 100.
yeah. So 100 would let you get 2 different merits to 3 dots, or you could get 1 to 4. So yeah, like 100 merits or so. 90, 100. That's more around when that starts. And EXP, I would say, me personally, you start getting to have more mid-game level XP. And again, this is pretty tied to your attributes because it depends about what your caps are at and how much of this you can really spend on moves versus skills and yada yada yada. But I would say when you start getting probably around 700, because that really lets you tie a build together. You have your build now. And that's that would with the starting XP you get, like basically discounts in the skills and a couple of different feats and all that. Giving them 700 XP on top of that really gets you into like mid-game levels of power, because you could have a couple of different fully filled out moves. You can pick up a couple extra feats that you want for your build, and you could pretty easily have a skill or two at 5 dots. Or like, a really decent overall spread of skills if you're not as specialized. The real marker for mid game is when people get their main skill, like, whatever their, I'll say like core, because people will generally have like, integrity and evasion as skills that they at least invest some into just for survivability. They'll generally have a main combat skill, and then they'll probably have 1 or 2 other, like, skills that they'll really go into. So let's say 5 skills. When you start getting 5 skills to the point where they're at like 4 dots or whatever, that's a pretty good signifier of mid-game. Because at that point, what they'll start doing is either brushing up on their weaker skills, or they'll start going into specialties more, because specialties are only 15 XP by default. It can go up, it can go down, but 15 XP is the standard for them. And at that point, it's more EXP efficient to pick up specialties than it is to pick up overall dots after you purchase your 3rd dot. So that's,
Well, that's
also a
kinda
pretty
creepy.
good. For what?
Oh, there's this forgotten beast that is just sitting here at the top of a ramp, and you can scroll to the floor up, and he's just peeking through the hole.
Ah.
And there is just this wall holding him back from destroying my fortress.
Yeah, that's pretty creepy. But yeah, no, when that kind of stuff starts happening, when people are starting to get more into picking up specialties on the regular, that's also a pretty good sign that mid-game is starting, at least in terms of, because the numbers, they help as guidelines, but it really depends about the character's builds coming together, because if they aren't actually spending their XP and all of that, then, you can give them a bunch of XP, but there are times where people will have like 200 XP sitting there because they're waiting either for character moments, story moments, or just aren't quite sure what to spend it on, and so they just bank it. So you can have characters that have like 700 XP, but they might have only spent like 500 of it. So I tend to use that sort of stuff more as signifiers than just raw what I've given people, because what I've given people and what they've actually used are 2 very different things a lot of the time.
Yeah,
I
the
mean,
reason why I was asking is because I'm sorry, go ahead, Jim.
I was just gonna say, Chet hasn't even taken 2 of his starting feats, let alone anything else. They're just sitting there waiting.
They are waiting.
Yeah, I was just curious because after working on Ryan and some other theory crafting I've been doing, I've done some thoughts on options that you could do at character creation or shortly after character creation, but I realized I didn't really have a benchmark for what I could expect a mid-game player to look like. I was kind of curious about that.
Yeah. Basically, it's when your build really starts becoming cohesive and coming together. And for some people, that'll be, at different stages, depending, first of all, like, how good they are at making builds and how much they understand. And also, too, just what they're going for. But generally, one nice thing about the system, and this is kind of on purpose, is that by the time you feel like you've gotten everything set up, like, you know, with your character and the XP and the things that you wanted to purchase, is generally when you'll start reaching a new attribute breakpoint, and you start, like, you know, reinvesting in your moves and stuff again, or weapons, or, you know, whatever. So that's a nice little effect.
And I'm back.
Welcome back.
Thank you kindly. Had to feed the roomie. He was getting a little wobbly.
Ah.
Thank you, Seamus. But at least the basement's nice and warm for him. He's got his food now. He's got lots of hydration. He's comfy.
Nice.
Yeah, we really do need to put together some lists of examples of kind of mid to late game and such.
Yeah.
Should probably be one of our priorities. But there's also a whole bunch of other stuff to constantly be working on.
Yep. What is? Well, I haven't, because yeah, mostly it's kind of just when people's builds actually start coming together. I don't have a better way of, like, you know, properly signifying it, but in my opinion, that's, like, the best way of putting it. Because, you know, a lot of, like, the quote-unquote early game is spent just having to decide, okay, which of, like, the 5 things that I could get right now that would really make a difference do I want to get with the XP I have? You know what I mean?
I was definitely kind of feeling that way with making Ryan too. It's certainly pretty ingenious how well it's set up that you really just want everything.
Yeah. I kind of tried to set that up on purpose, just to be like, because it's never a good thing in a game if you feel like, you know, there is nothing you are progressing towards.
Yes, 5th edition for most classes.
Yeah. So I basically made it a goal of, whenever I was proposing numbers or crunching math or doing things, to always make it feel like you're progressing towards something. At least, like, you know, as well as I can. There's obviously no silver bullet perfect thing, but as a general sense, I think it's, you know, pretty...
That also makes me feel less bad about how strong Ryan ended up being in terms of his moveset.
Right.
Because
Hold the line. This hamlet shall not fall.
Tadabda raided my stream with 18 viewers.
Seda! Hello, Seda. How are you? How was your stream? Would you like a random clip brought up? Welcome in, everybody. I am Rozim. We do all sorts of things here. Right now we're doing some Dwarf Fortress. But we have a whole bunch of other things that we do as well. Lots of tabletop games.
I love physics.
We've got Pathfinder, multiple Pokemon games, a Digimon game, and another one on its way very, very soon. And we also have artists that come and join us throughout the week. And right now we're actually discussing a bit about our SCAR system that we use to run our Pokemon and Digimon games. So do hit that follow button, everybody. And for those already here, go check out Seda. He has a very nice cup of tea.
Yes.
He is very boopable.
Alright, let's roll that clip because I think my mods are asleep. Aside from yourself, and I don't want to make you shout out yourself. So, there you go.
Like,
I call my brothers! Breeding pod workers unite and seize the means of reproduction!
Oh my god. A squeaky voice. Oh, you have such a delightful laugh. How was Valheim, though? Hope you had a good time. I am just doing some work right now, trying to get this all set up and good to go. And apparently, I don't have a means to quickly remove all of these tables and chairs. Feels bad, man. Feels bad. Well, I'm going to be trying to get our tavern nice and upgraded.
what were you saying about when you were setting up Ryan's moves?
Yeah, just that I knew it was looking really powerful, but now I know that, you know, characters getting to mid-game are going to make far more ridiculous moves than that, so...
Oh, yeah. No, like, Ryan, in all likelihood, could was doing more with standard action moves than we could do with our full action moves if we had any. Which is, you know, supposed to happen.
I made his moves, and then I was looking at them and thinking about the numbers and the expected values, and I was like, that seems like a lot. So I nerfed them. And then I think Zim decided to play him slightly less effectively than I designed him. And it was still a lot.
Yeah, I did kind of specifically hold a couple of punches. But that was more because of the fact that he was not in his right mind at the time.
No tactics available.
Exactly.
Only punch.
Exactly.
Which also explains why he just absolutely was one-shotting people. You know, he tapped into the himbo sphere.
You
no
know,
thoughts, only punch.
That actually explains way too much. Crap.
Yeah. I mean, I did actually give him a theme when I was creating him, and like, there was far more to that character sheet than just being a combatant.
It was really well done.
Uh-oh. Welcome back.
I tried to press the mute button, instead I hit disconnect.
Yep, that'll happen.
Yeah.
Also, I can't wait until people figure out what my idea of balanced Scar bosses are. Because I know all the numbers.
I mean, considering what the original version of that Fury move was, I think I have a slight idea, and it's going to require some stuff for sure. It's going to require utilizing what Scar gives you.
And that is kind of the entire point of a boss fight.
Yeah.
You're not supposed to just, go in guns blazing. You are supposed to take your time, plan it out. Or, obviously when the boss is dropped on you, you can't really prepare, but you can still take time. Talking is a free action. Talk amongst yourselves, plan things out.
Run around in a screaming panic.
Yeah.
Taunt the boss as a healer.
Throw kobolds at it.
Maybe not the healer one.
Yeah, throw the front line at it. At the very least, we'll put up with a whole lot more punishment. Like, I think people are underestimating how big of a difference having even one more integrity is.
Well, that's extremely true, and like I also while I was listening to the section and everyone was making their attacks, I was like, uh-oh, no one on the party seems to have special attacks, and I made special integrity the a weak part of Ryan. Uh-oh.
Yeah, I will let you know, to probably literally no one's surprise right now, Nova's only attacking move was Headbutt. And when I say only attacking move, I mean he also doesn't have any stat changers or self-improvement conditions.
Hey there, sir, and welcome in. Sorry I'm not gonna allow that message, though. Yeah, the thing, though, is it's okay.
Yeah.
You're not always going to have the tools you need to take on a boss. Especially not the first boss. But hopefully they learned from this and will plan to have some special moves in the future.
I hope they learn
Maybe not
too,
Nova,
because if I get to make another boss character sheet, I'm not pulling punches. If I come up with a ridiculous move to put on a boss sheet, I'm not taking it away.
Again, I have some very fun bosses set up. In the one Scar game, it's specifically on a slow roll right now, and also just, So, actual boss fights in that. Lol, Lamau. What boss fights? Haven't gotten to do any yet. Because, also with how Starlight is, I'm not exactly going to go and just yeet an actual boss into there, considering how many people were like, hey, let's take it slow. And I'm like, okay.
Probably a good choice.
The boss fights were the internal fights of all of their depression and
True.
all that stuff.
Oh, so I'm basically
The trauma
using
was the
some of the ship stuff as tutorial 2.0. Considering it's all just random challenges. When I say random, I mean, like, I have all the challenges set up, but, like, it's just like, oh, hey, here is what kooky old adventurer guy thought would make a fun challenge. Speaking of, I should probably think about what I actually want to do with Nova's XP. I mean, there's the objectively funny option, which I might do, but there's also the hey, maybe I should make something effective option. But the funny option. I could just take the integrity skill of Nova and click the down arrow and select 5 and pay for it right now. I have the exact amount of XP that would cost.
I would appreciate it if he were to go with what he would probably go with anyways. You know, what the character would want to be strong in.
Yeah, I know.
So how many party members need to die before Nova has a psychotic break?
Well, considering the actual level up that I was considering doing for him, involved him doing a thing known as picking up a specific teamwork feat. The one where he starts providing light cover to allies behind him.
Also, Nova hasn't seen anybody die yet. Rain is just very injured and needs help. He just needs surgery, that's all.
Yes. He just, maybe if he just uses the feather harder.
He's just sleeping.
Gets godly artifact from Nova, still tries to shoo him away. Honestly, what was Flan thinking? He wasn't gonna leave before he knew there was a godly artifact. What made him think he was gonna leave after?
Flan just didn't want Nova getting in the way. Well, at first it was so, he could just,
yeah,
carry the body to the
morgue and stuff. Why has Flan taught me so much instead of getting that bug?
But after the godly artifact was brought out, it's like, oh, I need to go do research on how to use this properly. Because I have no idea.
Also, take a second or two to just look at Nova with the most... How and why the fuck do you have this?
Yes, that too.
First of all, how? Second of all, why you? I'm just continuing to run with the half joke meme of the whole pure of heart requirement.
No, I will say that the Rainbow Wing does have a specific ritual that needs to be done.
Oh yeah, no, I just meant for why in the lore he ended up being the one to find it there.
Oh, that.
just for the meme, it's because he was pure of heart, totally. Totally that.
Oh yeah, definitely. Oh yeah, it's really good, Rex. I'm just trying to decide what blocks to use here. I'm thinking we will use jet blocks on the outsides, marble in the middle, and then gabbro for the rest of the floor.
You know, I guess Nova is now going to be picking up his 8th feat.
Oh no.
He has 8 of the things now, by the way.
What does he have at this point?
Now he can be
let's
an
see.
80
Healthy
bar.
body, healthier body, scrounger, follow-up, natural defense, second option, briefer wind, and now he's about to pick up I Will Be Your Shield.
Okay, fair enough. Oh wait, Tal, you haven't seen... One sec, I gotta send a thing to you. There you are. Enjoy. That was what I woke up to Saturday morning.
Very nice.
Oh, is that a certain person's reactions?
Yeah. For the rest of you, so we've been talking about our Wild Traditions campaign that I run on Fridays. In addition to Scar as a whole, but, Gib Gab, I woke up this morning to, or not this morning, but Saturday morning, to Gib Gab shouting in my, DMs, "What the fuck do you mean we'll come back to that? I was literally making a phone call and that popped up and I had to pause. I literally did a fucking mental backflip. What the fuck?" Punches a hole into a character, refuses to elaborate, and next turn.
Yep. By the way, I've sent you a return gift.
Oh yeah, I saw that. I'll get to it in a sec. I'm eager. Oh, right. First I gotta go put another animal into the place where they can actually eat, because they have apparently decided they're gonna wander all over the frickin' fortress. Anyways. I'm like, I did say he was dead. Gib Gab's response, but, crying face. Emotional processing. Not even a super sad scene. Just hole punched, dead, peak brutal. I'm half used to more elaborate or described emotional scenes, and just like the borderline, bam, dead. Next. I genuinely had to like double take twice at it. Oh, hey there, Seda.
Hello.
Is Deer Week going another week? Oh, Seamus, he's, Rex was referring to my, character right now. This character is named Squirrel. He is a Dragon Lucario. So let's see here. Beerus yelling at Tal. I am going to bonk you for making me feel sadness. Bonk, bonk, bonk with big wooden mallet. Tal's like, I don't know what made you sad, though. You know! But I don't. You haven't said what made you feel sad yet. Come on, Mala, just tell me. You wouldn't act like this if you didn't already know. Mala. Come on now. No one not giving up on Rain. That meek little no caps in it.
Yep.
I don't
Just,
know if
you
I've
know.
told you yet, Seda, but I killed a character on Friday.
God darn it.
Well,
I just can't wait until we start getting to actual boss fights in Starlight.
Spoiler, yes, you should be afraid, Seda.
I will have you know that they will be perfectly balanced for if you don't use all your resources, you're going to get the shit beaten out of you.
Well, we're doomed.
Seda, might I recommend the brace maneuver?
Yeah. Someone was getting, with like no defensive stats, was just getting pummeled and crit the entire fight. Got reminded partway through that brace was a thing, still didn't brace, got crit, died.
I feel like Seda needs a little bit more context.
But
So-
what other context is there to give?
So,
The scar system having a lot of nuances that most of us don't know about or appreciate, so we don't use them.
Well, here's rule number 1. If you see an enemy that has a lot more dice than you have,
You curse DM.
spam brace. Brace every turn.
Unless you're perfectly fine with just getting crit by the boss every time. You can just be fine with getting crit by the boss.
in seriousness, though, not say you got a point there, but you know,
Oh, action economy is a very real thing.
oh yes, what was I gonna say on that?
Abby cute.
Abby is cute, yes. So is that Seda guy.
Also true.
Not as cute as Abby, though.
I don't know, it's pretty comparable.
Yeah, they're pretty close. So there is one that tops them both, and you know that's that one Raijin.
I do tend to top a lot of people.
But anyways, so I introduced this boss. It was Rain's brother, and the players knew that he had a mind control collar on. Well, one of the players did, and he was there to deliver that news.
Yeah, shared.
Yeah. And the boss barges into the room, looks at the healer, Rain, and goes, "Die!" and proceeds to try and punch him to death.
And goes, dead. You're dead.
Yes, stuff along those lines. And every time during the battle that he realized that the healer got back up, because he would knock the healer into winded, and then turn his attention to others, And every time he realized that the healer got back up, he would knock the healer back down. Because he had a particular issue with Rain. Well, at the end of it all, I very clearly stated the boss turns towards Nova, ready to attack him. And
Nova
then,
being my character in the party tank.
Yeah, the tank. And, the healer decides to speak up and be like, no, break free, pay attention to me, listen to me, break free.
On one hand, very character accurate. On the other hand, oops.
Yeah, this was when he already had like 2 wounds
Two wounded
and
stacks.
was only at 4 HP, I think, max.
It would have been 5 because we were at 9. But yeah. It was,
Yeah,
4.5 up to 5.
So I'm like, okay, fine, make a roll. I was giving him one last chance to save himself. Having him make a roll to see if he actually gets heard. He got heard. And he got a hole punch through his chest.
And the tank never even got attacked that fight.
He was supposed to be. But yeah, he's dead. And people are, and it has set off a few people. That there's been a few arguments.
On one hand, it is quite in character for Ren to have taken the choice, but on the other hand, I'm pretty sure in most methods of medical training, one of the first things you're supposed to learn is you got to take care of yourself so that you can take care of others.
Indeed, you are the most important person in the room.
Yep. The funniest part is that the tank was walking into that fight with with a wounded stack and still had more max HP than I think like everyone else. So he lost a quarter of his HP and still had more.
Yeah.
Nova was built to be a tank. One that, like, charges in, gets one good hit in, and then afterwards is just, like, there. And the enemy can't ignore him because if they do, one of those headbutts is gonna connect, and it's just going to do way too much.
Everyone hide behind the Eevee with a Tic Tac for a brain.
I just like to imagine that his I will be your shield thing just basically works off of pure, oh hey, he just gets in the way so much. That just trying to attack anyone behind him doesn't work as well because he's just in the way. Not even particularly on purpose, he just is.
Yeah, that there has been so much debate over this, so.
What's the debate about?
Well, there's a couple of people that are like, the healer, they don't agree that the healer brought it upon himself and stuff, and others are like, yeah, he did, and it's like, as far as I'm concerned, yeah, he literally called for the boss to pay attention to him.
Yeah, no, I'm not saying he did something wrong for his character, but you did kind of pull aggro there, buddy. It's just the kind of thing where it's like, on one hand, correct character choice. On the other hand, yeah, you are kind of just bringing it upon yourself. It's like basically the thing where it's like, well, my character doesn't know that this thing is dangerous, even though it was covered out of character. No one told my character, so oops.
Yeah. But either way, I now have a dead character.
True.
And people are theorizing about who it was that he was talking to. Or rather, that talked to him, because at the end I described...
He said I.
Yeah. I'm like, why are you here? And he says I, and I'm like, hey, thank you everybody for joining us today for Wild Traditions.
Yeah, it was like, what, like, why are you here? I sent you back and it was not your time to return. And it was silence for a couple seconds, and Rain starts talking, and then just cut off.
I had a very different thing planned for the cliffhanger of that episode. And then things happened. And so I had to dust that scene off. And make some quick adjustments.
Fair. 60 XP.
Oh, hi, Sita. How are you?
How you go so quickly.
Yeah, hi, how are you? How was your stream?
It was good. I got distracted in Valheim.
As usual.
I selected where I'm going to build my new base, and then I built a dock, and then I built a building to support that dock, and the building probably tripled in size of what I was originally planning.
As it goes. Hello, Secret Rue. Oh, okay, that's with the wound. Okay.
Yeah.
I'm sitting here like...
Fixed, so.
He only has 11?
No, that's with the wound. With a wound, he has 11.
Yeah, that makes much more sense.
So, yeah, no, he's up to 5 physical integrity.
Oh, come on!
Provided he has his hat, of course. It's an integral part of his defenses.
Oh, yes, of course.
And like half the processing power?
No, he has 1 tic tac. He has 1 brain cell, and he has a thought every time the tic tac hits the corner, like the DVD logo.
Does the tic tac change color?
I'll say yes, but that's only because he's going to have an uncontrolled V gimmick.
So can it be like pinball where you get a power up where you just suddenly get multi tic tac and they're bouncing all over the place wildly?
The only one I've considered giving him a second Tic Tac for one express purpose is Psychic type. For the joke that it doubles his brain power and he's still an absolute dumbass.
Yeah, he's lacking so much intelligence that even somebody who's specialized in things to do with the mind, you know, magical ability kind of ability to do with the mind, just looked right through him because they couldn't even see him.
Rip.
Whenever Nova gets a thought, he doesn't think about how to do the thing correctly or the consequences of the thing. He only thinks, oh, I should do this. Basically, he doesn't think of the A, B, C, or the X, Y, Z. He just goes to, like, Q and then picks out something random and does that. Or I guess N. N for Nova.
Oh yeah, fun fact about the mind lady, actually. I don't know if I mentioned it, but she is actually blind.
Oh yeah, no, because she had no clue Nova was there. It wasn't, like, expressly mentioned, but she literally was unable to spot Nova.
Mm-hmm.
And if she was able to see, she would see that is a living, breathing person, and I can't sense them at all, but instead it was just, what? Whenever he started talking.
She could hear him, but it was kind of this short circuit to her head of, I am hearing somebody talk, but there is nobody else here. I sense no other brain. Oh, hey, Vari. We're talking about wild traditions, if you want to join. That is fair, Vari. That is fair. Did you get around to watching that episode yet, by the way, Seda? I think the deer is left to get salad.
I'm also on push talk.
Oh. So you have
Fix that real
salad
quick.
and are on push to talk.
I had chocolate and goldfish.
Oh. I was asking if you had watched that episode yet.
I watched. I jump forwarded to the combat section, and then got frustrated.
Why?
Just for me as a viewer, seeing the same issues that I was getting frustrated with, crop up again in terms of the combat flow being slowed down by counting. I do need to watch more sections of the VOD in particular, but that did crop up to me as well. I've not watched as much as I wanted to give proper feedback on, but that was one of the things that did come up to me right away.
I mean, I have a Discord bot that auto counts, but that doesn't really work for stream.
Joke.
Because then otherwise you'd be having to stream a Discord thing. Which, no. But yeah, no, I have a bot that rolls and auto counts and auto calculates everything. It's just that can't really use it for these games, so I mostly just use it for my my testing and if I'm doing math stuff and I don't feel like doing pure math and instead just going, all right, if I just do like test rolls, what really happens? But I don't know how to make a thing for Fantasy Grounds that would work, so burr.
Yeah, Raijin was digging up and found some chat macros that are potential avenue, but I've not gotten a chance to dig through it as much as I wanted to, because stuff happening on this end as well. Good stuff,
I've
but
done
busy
some
stuff.
testing.
You've done some testing?
Yeah, I downloaded Fantasy Grounds and did some testing.
Do they work?
Most.
Mostly does not sound good.
Well, I didn't quite want to bring this up because at the end of the day, I do still kind of think that, like, yes, Darius and Fantasy Grounds. So there's a die expression you can use in Fantasy Grounds that will automatically do the success-based roll and count based on the expression you put it into. But it's extremely cumbersome to utilize unless you're very familiar with, like, all of the numbers that are going into place. I did have extremely lofty ideas about the possibility of, like, a die expression calculator that could be made within Google Sheets that you just put in your stats and it will create the expression for you that you can then paste in Fantasy Grounds. But there's a whole bunch of headaches with that, not to mention the fact that not everyone uses Fantasy Grounds, so that would only be applicable for, like, you know, us, anyone that uses or Foundry or Roll20 would not be able to utilize this. And it also
Here's
cannot
to
handle
new
explosions.
beginnings.
I was about to say, I was looking through that and I didn't think it would handle explosions.
No, so there is an expression. So, like, if you type in /die space 10d10e10, then that would automatically roll the explosions if it hits a 10. But then it's doing a regular face value count instead of counting the successes. So with how Fantasy Grounds is set up by default, you can only choose one set of expression, either the success based or the explosion based. To get anything more specific than that, you have to look into doing a module or Lua script, which I've done some looking into, and it's possible, but it's frustratingly way more difficult than it should be for something relatively basic. Like, my ideal script to set up would just literally be nothing but highlighting 7 through 10 as a green number and 1 as a red number, and allowing the player to do the counting themselves, because I think that's important for learning how to actually utilize the system to do the counting yourself. Just making it easier to identify the numbers you're looking at would be a huge deal. and like make 6s blue or something like that, because 6s are also commonly successes with stab. But the difficulty of actually doing nothing but changing the color of the font in the chat box is shockingly difficult.
Yeah, I mostly just have like a little Discord bot that I made and coded myself, and actually here I might be able to. If I
Also, Iced Mocha, thank you for that follow. Welcome.
Welcome to the hamlet.
Kai's Descent, thank you for that follow. Welcome as well.
I DM'd you what the expression would look like for a standard difficulty 5d10 roll.
Yeah, I went and tested it just because I could.
It's messy for sure. Also, I DM'd it to use them.
Yeah, I'm looking at it.
Just for reference, this is what my little bot does. It automatically does difficulty 7 10s crit, but you know,
Yeah,
it defaults to that. But if like, you know, after the 10 you put space and then do like a 6, and then after that do that a 9, it roll it all, calculating as if it were like, you know, 10 dice at difficulty 6 with 9s up exploding.
right. Yeah, so like I was saying, my ideal, what I think would be the ideal setup without getting really into the weeds and making something so super automated that it reduces players thinking about it at all, is just simply color coding the face values of the dice and make it easier to ignore the, you know, the garbage. And going through, like, I've kind of found a couple of scripts that might work. It's easier for me to find a script and to set up a script that reorganizes the die rolls by ascending or descending order than it is for me to change the color on the fonts, the color of the die values. But we don't want to reorganize the die roll because, you know, in case someone rolls an extra die, we can just drop the last one. And that doesn't work if you're reorganizing. So it's
on
messy.
that front, we can simply... On that front, we can simply be like, well, you rolled too much, just re-roll the whole thing. That's not a big deal.
And it's also the case that I haven't looked into this too much yet because it sort of doesn't matter until I can find an actual solution. But whether this needs to be installed for every user or if it only needs to be installed on the host. I think it only needs to be set up by the host, and then the users will automatically download it as they join, but I'm not certain on that.
That is usually the case with modules.
Yeah. But, you know, I have done some research. I know it's possible. It just requires a shocking amount of work for even just color coding dice rolls.
Ugh, my kobolds are taking forever to bring this up here. We'll just do trade with what we've got in here for now. To avoid them just taking off. I think we're good on animals. I think we got plenty of animals, really. Oh, our drink supply is actually running a little low. Okay, we will get some more drink then. Of course, I say it's running low, and we've got 245, but... don't want any of the clothing because it's all large size and kobolds are small. So we just get past all that. I am tempted to grab some of that steel stuff and try to melt it down, but at the same time they take so long to melt down anything. I don't think it'll get done. We can make our own wood chests. Seed bags are important.
On one hand, on one thing I will say that we might want to start doing just for, like, you know, to help people out is tell people to start writing things like, you know, their whatever D10 and then just put E10 at the end so the 10s automatically reroll for them.
I mean,
the other part of the problem with that is you, like the whole thing that makes the module difficult is trying to set this up so that it automatically applies to, you know, clicking your dice and rolling them in the window. Because I know at the very least Zim likes doing that, and probably many others prefer doing that. And you, for the base like module, you can't really customize those dice. And that's what makes it difficult, is that to actually change anything, you have to dig into all of the very specific Lua scripting and you go into that specific stuff to customize it. It's doable, it's just shockingly more difficult than you would expect.
Yeah, I just got used to writing it in the chat box anyway, because it makes it impossible for me to miscount how many dice I was rolling. But yeah, no, that makes sense.
You're gonna
one.
say something, Zim?
Don't think so.
Oh, I thought you were gonna respond to what's the recommendation of writing it out in the box, but
I mean, it's an option.
Yep. The nice part is that it puts the exploding dice, and it marks it like in a green box, not the dice itself colored green or the result colored green, but it like marks it with a box, and puts it directly after the dice that explodes.
yeah, like that's the thing. The functionality is all there. It's doable in fantasy grounds. I know it can be done. It's just setting up the script is.
Yeah.
I'm not
So-
particularly versed into a scripting, so it'd be a headache for me.
Yeah. So like, see how it just kind of goes right behind, because I made it so that way sevens explode. Because why not? But that is helpful for things like Mind Boost, provided we don't update that like soon. But
I think I'm good on cheese. You know, I got almost
more core. Okay.
I got almost 10,000 food. I think, yeah, I'm good with cheese. What were you gonna say?
Oh, I was just wondering if more core would work with anything that we were trying to do.
More core?
It's the core RPG thing, but it's like
Yeah,
thing, but
that's one of the
it's
things
basically
I
just
was
core
looking
RPG
at.
plus.
As far as I understand with Morecore, it'll let you set up macros in the hotbar that does everything we want it to do, including the success-based plus explosions. Because then it gives you a functionality to type in /e die, which makes the exploding die, but then you can still use the success command. But it doesn't innately let you modify the dice themselves. So for anyone trying to click the die, it's still not going to work.
Oh, okay.
Not without adding in an additional Lua script. Now, I haven't tried it to check yet, but looking at all of the documentation and reading it, I don't think it's, a full implementation like that.
That's fair.
If you
I was
find
just more
something
wondering.
different or you want to test it, then for sure.
Yeah.
Alright. That is one trade done. Now to wait for the rest of the items to be brought, and then we do this other trading. Please hurry before they leave. Yeah, sorry guys that this is so boring. I think I am getting close to FPS death on this fortress. Because every fortress, even if you do everything right, you'll eventually get to a point where you run into what is called FPS death, which is not frames per second in Dwarf Fortress. That is functions per second. Meaning my CPU is struggling so much to run this game that it just can't do it.
Rip.
Yeah. Welcome to Dwarf Fortress. God, somebody should do a, do one of those, a, remix of that song for Dwarf Fortress. Well, we're at 47. 46, 44. We're getting there, guys!
But yeah, it is 4 o'clock in the morning, so I'm gonna wind down for the night. You beans have a lovely one.
You
Alright, see
as
ya.
well. Good night. Da-dum, bum, bum. Da-da-da-da-dum. Bum, ba, 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 da, da, dum. Bum, bum, ba, dum. Yeah, we're going to do the fancy metal blocks going across here because, well, this is going into the ruler's throne room. So if anywhere should have a fancy entrance, it's there. Ah, we're down to 6 items. How long is it going to take for those 6 items to get here? 5. Of course, part of this looks to be like people running into each other. If only I could have a flow, you know. Alright, guys, you deliver this way and you exit that way. But I know that won't help anything because that's not how Dwarf Fortress works.
Nope.
They will just take whichever path is fastest, both directions. So it is nice to see some of my work some of the work I put in getting done. Finally. Come on, just one last item! Partially, because part of why I'm waiting for it all is because I want to get rid of this stuff. It's just sitting here. Menacingly. Why is there an iron shield up here? What are you? Fudge it. I'm doing it. Right, Jin cute.
Mwah.
Mwah.
I decided to see if a table would work. A table did not work.
A table? Like in Fantasy Grounds?
Yeah, because you're able to put in custom dice and list off result, but it did not work the exact way I was expecting it to, so the answer was no.
Ah.
I figured I'd give it a shot, just to see.
No, that's fair. That's fair. We will take your clay and turn it into something beautiful that we will then resell to whoever comes next. Or possibly back to you. Who knows? I am constantly tempted by these toy dragons. And we got wine and beer. And rum and ale. More beer, more ale. Some more beer. Even more beer and rum. These may be kobolds, but they still drink like dwarves. Sure, I'll take the steel short sword.
I hate it.
We are not using training anything. Hey there, Vicar. For those that don't know, there is a problem in Dwarf Fortress where they will get attached to weapons and refuse to use anything else. Which is fine when what the weapon that they get attached to is, you know, a proper weapon. It is not fine when that weapon is basically a weighted stick. Because then they're not going to go into battle with anything else. And you know what happens when you go and smack a heavily armored enemy with a stick? They look at you and slice you in half with their sword. It's almost as bad an idea as, you know, taunting the boss as the healer. This meme will never die. It will be years later, and we will still bring this up. Welcome to Tabletop. Alright, take all of their cloth and leather. Which was not... Why are they bringing so little cloth and leather? I need more! Ugh. Yeah, I'm gonna pass on all this meat and fish. Oh, we will take all these plump helmets, though. Thread can at least be turned into cloth. So I guess we can take that. And I suppose we are going to need some quivers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 7, 8, and 10. We'll take the other 3 cheap ones here for the sake of having them. And some of the backpacks, because our soldiers need backpacks as well. And we've got a whole lot of stuff for trading. And we're nearing the end of the list. A humble offering to glue. That is quite the name. All right. We are done trading. So... Right. We were working on upgrading our tavern. They got all of that put in. Cool. So 19 across. You know what? I don't like 19. We'll go with 21. We're gonna upgrade all of our tables. Rock table. Hello there, Sirio. Nice, Vicar. Nice. We are not going to have enough marble for this. Okay. That is fine. We can go mine more. Gonna need 84 total. Make it out of marble. And the marble was somewhere down here, though I don't remember where exactly. But we'll find it, and we'll mine it, and get all the pretty stone. Ooh, garnierite. Got all the gabbro we could need. Where's the marble? Ah, here's marble. And there's also at least the 3 forgotten beasts. There are at least 3 forgotten beasts, so we have to be very careful about our mining operation. Considering I have dug into caverns so many times. I don't have military yet. I'm working on getting that set up. Oh, the iron breastplates have finally been finished. What else do we have going? Alright, some more greaves. And otherwise, it looks like just the weapons still need to be forged. Cool. That is a great question, Sirio. I have never set up traps in any of my fortresses.
Hey, just so you know, Rajan, I found out what was going on.
What's up?
Once you start going into the success encoding, the explosion encoding no longer works. So long as you put the explosion encoding before the success encoding, it works. So
Oh, okay.
This, for example, works perfectly.
Neat.
Send it to me as well.
I guess that's kind of a solution.
So what that says right there is /dice, which is, for die, for roll /die. 5d10, exploding 10s, success 10s, 2 successes. Oh, that second E10 doesn't need to exist. That was just me experimenting. Success 7, so if it's 7 or higher. F1, failure 1.
Okay.
That right there, modifying the numbers inside of it, I'm double checking right now, but if I, for example, put E9, 9,
If you're testing this in Fantasy Grounds right now, could you share it on Discord so we could see?
yeah, sure. Because I think this will now also work. See how that's 3 now? With this encoding. This is with 9s exploding, by the way. 6 is successes. See, 5d10, E9, success 9 times 2, success 6, F1.
Why is there a 15 and a 13 up there?
Oh, because I tried the exclamation mark to see if it would work there, and it did, so that's how I knew that all the actual roll expression parts had to be together, or else it wouldn't count. Because you see, I tried up here, somewhere where it wasn't. Yeah, like right here. I tried sticking it somewhere else, and it didn't work. So that's how I figured out that all the expressions needed to be together.
And then the circled, the boxed numbers are from the explosion then?
Yeah, and if they chain explode, it'll all appear after the one singular 10 that explodes. So, like, for example, like on this roll, if that 8 rolled a 10, it would put another green box to the next, like to the right of this, and stick the next roll right there. So you also know exactly what chain each 10 is. If it keeps going. So, like, for example, assuming I put 7s explode, and I'll put difficulty 6. Just, why not? Like, just assume someone's doing an accuracy check with stab with 3 crit pluses. And they did this.
Oh my god, that's a lot of 10s.
Well, yeah, that's the effectiveness of crit.
Yep, so it would do that. And you can see that this 9 in particular rolled into a 9, a 10, a 9, a 9, an 8, and then rolled into a 5, so it ends. And then it goes back to normal dice. But you see, also, Lamau, 41 successes.
Tau?
Yeah.
You don't have to channel Nova on everything.
I know, right? It's funny. Yeah, see how it auto-totaled the 41 successes at the end after all that?
Yes.
Yeah. So, this expression right here, I'm gonna reset it to being like 1d10 E10 S10 times 2 S7. This expression right here is the unmodified working expression, and I'm gonna send that to you and delete the old one. That right there is the base standard difficulty, how it works. So whenever we figure out how to put that in, we can make it so that way that works. But yeah, no, it wasn't working explicitly and solely because once you start getting into the success type stuff, it stops letting you do expression modifiers. Isn't that fun, Reg?
I wonder if they have a notation for ending the success modifier, like a semicolon or something. But nice to know that it works.
Checking Fantasy Ground Unicy, like the little...
It didn't say on the
list,
list, I don't think.
Yeah, I double-checked on the list, I didn't see anything.
So it's kind of a solution, but that die expression is so complicated and convoluted, it almost takes more time to modify it than count it, at least at the lower dice values.
Yeah, at higher dice values, it definitely takes time, but at lower dice, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll probably use it a bit, but that's also because, I understand what all the different moving parts are and found out how to make it work, so, now I just have that. Also very true. Mayor demands production of insert item you don't have the stuff to craft.
I don't know if it was Dwarf Hack or if it was the Steam version, but something here allowed me to pick the leader. Well, the mayor, no, but the mayor stopped demanding I craft things after I appointed the person above the mayor. But it allowed me to pick and specifically listed out, this person really likes coins, this person really likes shields, this person really likes this, and so on. So at least I was able to pick somebody that liked something easy to make, like coins. It's just now I have so many coins. And I'm never allowed to sell them because export of coins is always prohibited. Speaking of, I need to get down here and get that done before they throw a fit. And instead of using this, I'm just gonna go ahead and manually add it to the workshop, I guess.
So,
Good.
from the research that I've done, I think the best solution I found is potentially we can make a custom dice that will show up when you go into the radial menu under the dice to select that. And that'll be able to be customized with at least a base string to start with the base standard difficulty. But I don't know of a way to implicitly change its difficulty from that dice, as well as it's going to be in the radial menu, so that makes it a little bit clunky to access. I don't know how to make it on the hotbar itself.
What I think. Hold on. After. Hold on. I might have a thing.
And when I
can
say I
do.
know how to, I mean I know how it is done, but implementing it would be kind of a pain because Lua scripting.
Yeah, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to update my Fantasy Grounds with, so that way it has all of, the storyteller stuff active. And I'm going to go into one of the various, effectively one of the White Wolf systems. And what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to try and find the file system for that and see how they do their encoding, because I'm pretty sure they had a way to modify their difficulty or their crit or something. And I'm going to try and look at what that scripting looks like. This is also going to take like half an hour to update, so I'm going to get started on that.
Nice, Shadow Wolf. And no, I don't have a dragon as a leader here. Well, I mean, I am leading the kobolds. But I do not exist inside of their little world there. I am beyond. But yes, they do bring me many tributes. Hello, Malabel. I mean, I was planning to end in about 20 minutes. I generally try to end about the same time every day. Oh, don't even pull that shit there, Beerus. I ain't buying it. Well, you know, I've been going for 11 fucking hours today, Shadow Wolf. So, you had plenty of time to come by. Some people's kids, I tell you all.
I know, right?
I agree, Sirio. I am one of those people. I have actually been making sure I get 8 hours of sleep for a change. Oh. Oh, okay. This is from a forgotten beast. Apparently, my kobolds have just left the foot of a forgotten beast sitting on the main staircase. Oh. This game, I tell y'all. Nanook! Hello, Nanook. I really need to do RimWorld again sometime. The main issue is I don't want to go through and find all my mods again, or replacements for the ones that have been abandoned since the last time I played, and all that stuff.
That's true. That's very true. I remember just doing a bunch when I played RimWorld. Me and my buddies, horrifically unstable, by the way. We would do 4-player multiplayer mod, and we would each have our own pawn that we like specifically just gave orders to. Horrifically unoptimized. Also, lot of bullshit.
I will definitely agree, Sirio, on that. Man, what I would give for RimWorld to have Z levels. I know there was a mod working on it, but I also heard they were having so much trouble with that.
Now I'm just imagining RimWorld, but instead of having to deal with just like the fact that there's an infestation event that Randy gives you, imagine having to deal with a multi-Z leveled infestation.
Oh God. You know, on second thought, maybe I'm good without Z levels in RimWorld. Yeah, I think I'm okay without. Yeah, this is fine. We're good. There are a lot of issues with it. Also, I know I'm just sitting here watching them mine this area, but I am so worried about them mining into one of the caverns and unleashing one of the Forgotten Beasts into my fortress that, yes, I have to.
So at the very least, I'm seeing in Morecore,
Yep.
if we set up an operable character sheet within Fantasy Grounds itself, I think there's a way that we could set it up to just make roles that are designated directly off of what a move's accuracy and power should be. So you just click the move and it automatically rolls based on your stats.
Well, the stats would also be a hard part because we don't have a working character sheet in FGU.
Yeah, that's the limitation there. But if we were to have the character sheet in FGU, then I'm seeing with Morecore there would be a way to set up a role that just takes a look at all these parameters.
You know, honestly, I did not know that in the nuke. That is very interesting. More coins. Fine. Mint 10 coins. Why can't I get a kobold that is like, oh yeah, I just want bins. At least bins are useful. Instead of this freaking annoying guy that is like, no, it must be coins, and you're not allowed to trade them. Well, thankfully, they don't actually specify materials that I've ever seen. Come on, everybody. Get this all mined out. And please don't mine into the frickin' cavern. Actually, fudge it. I'm just gonna go get back to work.
I just realized that I didn't do a tradition. I must now do it immediately.
What is this tradition?
Oh, whenever the Ravens lose in the playoffs, I go watch Big Bill Hells, and they just lost today, so
I have no idea what that is.
Oh, you know that, okay, I feel like you've definitely seen Big Bill Hells. The old-timey, like, you know, like, fake joke commercial, which starts off with, "Fuck you, Baltimore!" If
It
you have
is...
not watched it, when you end, I'm showing you Big Bill Hells.
Why am I feeling threatened by this? You know, that's actually a really good idea, Sirio. That is an amazing idea. Thank you. Also, come on, give me the banger song. Actually, better idea. I'll just play the banger song. I mean, considering I'm ending shortly, I don't think there's much reason to put it on loop. That song is such a freaking banger. So good. Demand for wagon memorial. No. You see here, we prefer to look towards the future of the fortress rather than the past. Therefore, we are going to forget about the wagon. The wagon never existed in the first place. Trust us. Oh, crap. I'm actually gonna cancel all this. And probably upset my engravers. Because I forgot I was gonna do a fancy pattern going across underneath the tables and chairs. Even though nobody will ever see it, I will know it's there. And that is all that matters. Okay, now that I might do, Sirio. Wait, did I forget their helmets? I forgot their helmets. Iron helm.
We tried remembering.
I have remembered now, at least. Does that count?
Sure. At least you didn't send him into battle.
Yeah, exactly. What, Sirio? Is that an actual song? Alright, so you've picked up an iron battle axe. Iron battle axe, iron spear. I think they might just be grabbing whatever they've got access to. Or, you know, whatever has come out as they've been picking things up. No. I did specify all iron, armor. As for weapons, yes, that is individual choice. And I do want them to have their choice. So that and that, dish and dish. Oh yeah, Sirio, I will be checking that. But I do have some training weapons, but either way, I am going in before they start training or anything and double checking things. Okay, cool. They have not broken into any of the caverns. I don't know if we need to smooth this first before installing blocks. If that changes any of the quality or not, but we'll go ahead and do it anyways. Does anybody know a easier way to mark a bunch of furniture for removal? But where is it? Oh no, that does not work. That is for things like these blocks that I put onto the floor. It does not do anything on furniture. Alas, I think I am doomed to do it one thing at a time. Right, Jen.
Problem.
Mwah.
Mwah.
Bum 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 bum. Will you hurry up and remove that chair? Oh, I never actually gave the order to do so. Fair enough. I still find it incredibly funny that there's a fortress nearby, and their name is Entrance Week. It's like either you guys decided to go too on the nose with your fortress name, or you really want to fight some mofos. Also, I finally remembered why I made all of these orthoclase cabinets. I don't remember why I made the copper stuff, but... Syria, trust in the process. The process is everything. It is all encompassing. It is the key. Or something to that effect.
Joke.
With 200 kobolds? Absolutely not, Vicar. I am not going to go through 200 kobolds, figure out their preferences, and then build rooms specifically to their specifications. No. Especially since I'm certain I won't even have the materials for most of them. And there will always be those kobolds that are like, my favorite material is platinum. Give me everything platinum. Creator of no activity. That is funny. Apparently this kobold is the inventor of laziness, yes. Like this one. Oh wait, this isn't even one of my kobolds. Never mind. Are you one of mine? I think so. Hello there, Niamst. I have no idea how to pronounce your name. But either way, welcome in. Okay, well this kobold prefers to consume leech and reptile woman potion. She absolutely detests lizards though. Hey, guess what? You are a lizard.
I don't think she's realized that yet. I don't think she's there.
I don't think so either. And apparently she wants to become a reptile woman by drinking a potion of becoming one.
Hmm. Nice.
I don't really have a theme for my fortress other than it's run by kobolds. That's just kind of it. I kind of just build whatever I feel like in the moment. I know I've got one mod that removes, I've got one mod that removes the aquifers simply because I don't like dealing with those. They're a pain. I also have a mod for, several other anthro races. The first one, Sirio. The first one. That's fair. That's fair, but I just go the route I do. It's easier to just have the mod for it. But, yes, exactly, Sirio. I like to be able to dig walls as well. Hence, no aquifers. Hello there, Checkamy. Oh, a fellow African wild dog. Well, at times. Right now I am my Dragon Lucario character, Squirrel. But I do have a, African wild dog character. Well, Neemst, I'd like to start my fortresses. Oh. One of them has, mood. But I'd like to start my fortresses, with a with a river. And then I just build a, cistern, and that's what I use for my water. Oh, you want 3 coins again. Unfortunately, I am going to be ending here, but I'll go ahead and show you the, my African wild dog real quick. Just give me a moment to swap on over. Oh, we like transformation here, Cheka. Ta-da! Yeah, we like TF a lot. There are times where I'll bring out TF talkies, as I call them. They're PNG tubers as opposed to the 3D models. But I've got over 35 different forms you guys can change me into. When did you get turned into a Patamon?
I don't know. Probably a while ago.
Fair
I just
enough.
decided to do a TF check to see what I was currently, apparently.
Oh yeah, Cheka. Got a lot of that stuff here. I can go ahead and show those off as well real fast before we end. I'll just go ahead and close this program. So, this is my main Sona, my Sableroo. But otherwise, you know, when the potions are enabled, you can send me down a hyena route. Or there is Fusa. And most of them have both Anthro and Feral alts. Here's the Anthro version for the Fusa. And then there's some combinations you can do. Such as going down the hyena route, and then down the red potion route, unless I become a raptor. I've got a whole bunch done by so many different people. It is a lot of fun. Yeah, TG is for changing gender. You can actually check out most of these also through, I think I've got my FA linked on my link tree. Well, I mean, yeah, commission info for our artists. That one will link you to it. But yeah. Otherwise, thank you all so very much for joining us today, though. I really appreciate you guys coming by and hanging out with me for Dwarf Fortress. Check out our website, zgfgaming.com. We've got links for our Discord, Telegram, Mastodon, Blue Sky, Patreon, and more. There on the website, as well as down in the description below through our link tree. Thank you to my patrons, tippers, and subscribers. It is your support that keeps this channel alive and going. I cannot do this without your guys' help and your support, so thank you. Consider becoming a patron over at patreon.com/zgfgaming. It's one of the best ways to support the channel, though you can also do so by sharing the stream around, as well as coming by, hanging out, picking up packs of cards to stream loots, subscribing to our YouTube, and grabbing some merch over at zgfgaming.store. But for now, thank you all so very much for joining me today. I'll see you all tomorrow, and I bid you the most fondest adieu.
Bye-bye.